Hi, guys. Welcome to another installment of Run It Back. This is probably my favorite MCU movie. This is one of my favorites.
Yes.
Top three for sure.
This is in the top three for
Top
sure.
three for sure.
The other two captains.
Oh, well, actually, dang.
I think Sonny's favorite are the Eternals, and then
Eternals number one.
Eternals.
sure, that's
And
the top.
then,
Ant-Man, Quantumania.
Yeah.
no.
Oh man.
And then
Ragnarok,
Dark World.
The Love and
Oof,
Thunder.
you guys got me.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
Dang, you guys
So
know
you
me
can
so
actually
good.
leave. We know everything.
I'm
you're
all
gonna
right.
say.
Bye, guys.
We're talking about, of course, Captain America: Civil War.
Yes.
A lot of
So
people
good.
call it Avengers 2.5.
100%. I am people.
It serves a lot of purposes.
Be serving.
It's sort of a prequel or origin
It do be
story
It
to
do be.
Black
do be.
Panther.
Yeah.
Facts.
It is
Yes.
definitely a Captain America movie.
Yes.
It is an Avengers film,
We get
Right.
Spider-Man.
and we get Spider-Man in the
That
MCU
part.
for the first
I forgot
time.
about that for a second.
Let's set
Yo.
the stage for all my Avengers here at the table really quick.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've got Sonny with his your lip balm, gloss.
Well, today it's balm.
He didn't
Okay.
go super hard with it. He's not shining on bright like a diamond.
No, I'm
I've
just-
got brother Marcus over here. He's looking good.
Hey, thank you.
The hot dog Paul is over here doing that hair.
Oh man.
Cute.
Amazing.
And then over there in the sleeper cell corner in his little cubby, Uncle Nephew Shane. Hello.
Can you hear me?
What it do? Oh man.
Guys, let's get right into it. How good is Captain America Civil War compared to, I'm not going to say Phase 4, but I mean, to most of the films that were in the first couple of phases? Is it, it holds its own for sure.
Yeah,
I'm saying.
it's
Yeah.
one of the best, dude. That
Right.
movie was amazing.
What made it so good, do you think?
I mean, we do get the team up stuff, and I think that this was the kind of first time that I was like, all right, I'm down with like bringing all these cameos, and we're gonna get all these characters. We mentioned it before on the live. This is when things mattered. I felt like
Right.
this is when like if something happened, there was a consequence. It mattered. You know what I mean? Like this is. No one's getting brought back in these days. You know what I mean? Like it's just straight up raw, like two sides that see the same goal and want to attack it a different way. Captain America is so cool in this. I don't know, man. I think I'll say this a bunch of times. This is when things matter. This is like the really good times of the MCU. This is when like I could go see this movie 10 times in the movie theater and be stoked every time. It's hard. I don't have any like wrong critiques on this one.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I'm like, it's just a dope movie, straight up.
Yeah. It's definitely a movie that doesn't match with the comic book,
Oh, for
version
sure.
of events.
Yeah.
But they do a good job of giving that same sort of, those the same sort of overarching plot lines and sentiment that's conveyed in that event. And the movie itself is just very balanced.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a Captain America movie, but you easily forget it is because everyone gets a good portion of their time
For sure.
in that movie, whether it be, you see Spider-Man, you have Vision, Black Widow,
Black Panther.
yeah, Black Panther. We get him. I mean, you get a lot of the characters, and you all see them. You see them all in their kind of, I guess, their prime, really.
I would say so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And I mean, you see Vision before he gets nerfed.
Mm-hmm.
So
100%.
yeah,
Before he gets nerfed.
yeah, before he gets nerfed and starts crying and wheezing.
All right.
So,
I have to edit something out soon. I know what's happening.
We're watching closely.
so well, I'll just make a quick example. So in the face
I was
off,
like, please don't.
in the face off at the airport when they're fighting against
Yeah,
each
he's the
other.
man there.
Oh,
Yeah,
he is. He's
yeah.
that guy.
He should have been that way in Infinity
You're
War.
not that guy, pal.
Yeah, for real.
He should have been 100% that same Vision we saw in Infinity War. He should
agree.
have been fighting alongside his teammates for himself.
Yeah.
There's no reason why he needed to be, the way he was and portrayed that way in Infinity War. Anyway, but that's for when we get to that story.
He digresses.
I digress. But yes, I say that, I bring that up because Vision is one of my favorite Marvel characters. He is. And I like the fact that
y'all be touching hands, man. Y'all don't see that. Y'all don't even see that.
You had to call it out.
and one of the biggest things I like about one of the biggest things I like about Civil War.
Speaking of Vision, I'm sorry.
So one of the biggest, so one of the biggest conflicts is the whole Mutant Registration Act and all that stuff. Okay, so this is a political issue or a issue that can be easily construed as a very political issue.
For sure.
And you have Vision, who is a sentient being. He's pure. He has no agenda. He has no motive. And he's able to rise up from those two camps and actually say, hey, well, this is the reason why I'm going this way. And he's able to...
Both of y'all suck.
Yeah, he's able to give more of a philosophical interpretation as to why he's on this side versus the other, versus it being mainly a political or emotionally driven debate between the two camps.
Yeah.
And yes, a disclaimer, I am Team Captain America. Yes.
Okay. I had a feeling.
Yes. So because I'm not going to follow anyone who just creates their own drama and problems.
That's Tony.
That's for sure.
Tony's MO.
That's and that's kind of why he's not my favorite character.
Yeah.
So
Agreed.
So you see this, and I just love that. And Paul Bettany just plays that character perfectly, and it's very well done. And it's top three with
literally. I was just about to say,
top three. Yeah, without a doubt.
Hot dog.
I'm gonna echo a lot of things. Whoa.
2.2.
Whoa.
Just saying, I was waiting for it.
Anyways, I'm gonna echo a lot of the things that Marcus said because I'm not Sonny's friend right now. I really like this movie. I think my favorite part of this movie is Black Panther.
Ooh, yeah.
He is my absolute favorite part of this movie. He is, I'm a big, I love the idealism in superheroes and that no matter what, they're going to do the right thing every single time. A lot of people find that boring. A lot of people are like, well, life doesn't work like that, but that's not the point of these characters.
Right.
These characters are the idea that you can persevere and do the right thing. Even with Daniel Bruhl's character at the end, Zemo, he doesn't let him take himself out. He goes, no.
Yeah,
you don't get to avoid the consequences of your actions like this.
See, and then even now that Black Panther or Chadwick Boseman isn't here, watching that and even hearing that weighs so much more. Weighs so much more.
And that just whole end dialogue with him where he comes up and he's like, I've carried a lot of grudges and a lot of hate, and it's time for me to let that go.
Goosebumps.
And you are not going to escape the consequences of your actions, not even just from a prison sentence standpoint, from a mental standpoint. You're not allowed to escape that.
Yeah,
I'm not going to escape that. I'm not going to allow you to escape that.
Right.
And I just think Black Panther and Chadwick Boseman as a character in this movie are incredible. I really like the Spider-Man moment when he comes in and not saves the day, but he has that fight at the airport.
Yeah.
I think that's super
from Brooklyn.
cool.
I'm from Queens.
And I love that scene. I think in the interest of balance, so we don't just gush about it, which we could, I think the airport scene is good. I think upon rewatches, I don't like it as much. I think the sting of Spider-Man popping up for the first time really carried that. Yeah. And then after that, it's and Ant-Man gets large or whatever and does that for the first time. Settle down, everybody.
Oh, you're on mine. Yeah, blowing the top.
It's a fact. What
happens? You just blowing the top over.
Anyways,
large, man.
And he becomes large, and it's really cool.
You said it twice.
I double down. But that fight scene just kind of peters out. It doesn't really they just kind of
peters out. Dang,
man, y'all just can't.
Making the editing going to be fun this week. Huh?
No, I'm leaving all this in. It peters out, and Black Widow's like, "Oh, I gotta run," and then they're like, "Oh, catch me," and I'm just like, "Okay, whatever."
Yes, that was awesome.
That's exactly what happens.
I like when Paul just devolves into. I didn't feel anything. Smacked on the head. It's so well thought out till the end where he's just this is going off the rails. Well,
I was trying, and then
no, you had it.
Shane, what were your thoughts about Civil War?
9 out of 10.
I thought it was, the best thing about, I'm going to hop
Shane.
on Marcus's train.
As far as
Nobody's getting on your train.
as far as the characters being fleshed out, the characters are totally they make Falcon look absolutely fantastic in this movie. There's certain characters that you wouldn't think they would make look super good, and they do, and that's the best thing. That's the thing I like the most about this movie is they make everybody look fantastic in this kind of spy thriller type thing. This is Captain America if it was like a James Bond type of thing. Like it's very, everything is, and then the scenes with Tony and Steve and their going back and forth is really done well. I thought the acting was extra intense in this movie more than other Marvel movies. And that's the thing I liked about it the most. So they made certain characters they made the Avengers look super, super strong in this one. And they're super focused and super on point.
Yeah.
And it's done well, and the script is written really well.
You can definitely see the insecurity.
Absolutely.
Between of Tony's insecurity with Steve.
Yeah.
Right.
He's totally intimidated by Steve.
Yeah.
This is the put on the suit one, if I'm not mistaken.
Put on the suit.
Yes.
Put on the suit.
Yeah.
Like you just keep telling him, put on the suit until it's time for him to really put on the suit. Put on the suit, man.
I think what you got from this though, Sonny, was the transitioning from the fallout of Captain America and Tony's relationship.
Yeah.
Okay. In the comics, like they're talking about the source material, you have characters that aren't even featured, and just by comparison, like their relationship is like really fractured. Okay. In the comics, the Fantastic Four is involved, and Sue Storm and Reed Richards leave the Fantastic Four and go to marriage counseling over it because they stand on opposing sides in the comic story. And it causes, I think, Black Panther and Storm actually take their place in the Fantastic Four in the comics.
So cool.
So there's all these levels to like.
It's pretty cool.
That is so cool.
This matter of differences between the two groups of heroes is so intense.
Yes.
I mean, you have Tony in the comic books recruiting basically villains and anti-villains to enforce this superhero registration act. My question for you guys about this, like going forward. First of all, where do you rank this movie overall, Shane? Like out of all those MCU films, is it in your top 3? Is it your top 2, top 5?
It's in the top 5 for sure.
Okay.
Is it a little too serious? Maybe considering. I mean, not that that's a bad
all
thing.
Those characters get their due.
They
though.
get their due.
Right.
Yeah, it's in top 5 without a doubt. If it's not 3 or 4,
Sunny,
gotta be
Top 3, maybe even top 2 for me.
Wow.
I'll double back. Watching what we're getting now and then rewatching this.
Oh gosh.
Oh yeah.
It makes it very evident that what are the stakes? You know what I mean? Like what matters?
Go watch Love and Thunder. I mean,
come on, bro. Come on, bro.
What's your number 1? What's number 1?
Eternals.
This is number 2.
Eternals. All the way back.
Oh yes.
It's like poetry. It rhymes.
You like that Bollywood scene?
I like that Bollywood.
I had to drink after he said that. I finished my drink after he said that.
We all did a spin
now that I'm honestly going back, I think maybe even I'll put
Winter Soldier.
Oh yeah, okay.
That would probably be the only one.
Winter Soldier's up there for sure.
It's very much so up there, and there wasn't a bunch of people to like steal the light for how good this movie was. So I don't know. I think maybe number 1 or 2 for me. I don't know.
Yeah.
Wow.
Marcus, how about for you?
So it's really difficult because for me it's almost like I have to 2-tier it a little bit because I say it's my top 3, but that's just because the Captain America trilogy are my favorite movies of the whole overall thing.
When you're grouping all of them together.
When I'm grouping all of them together. But aside for that, if I'm taking the whole universe in general, number 1 is probably still the first Avengers movie. Okay. Just because it was so fresh, it was so new, it was very fun, very appealing.
You get to see them together.
You see them together.
Entertaining.
It was just a great movie.
It was amazing.
We don't have Hulk and Thor in Civil War.
Right.
I mean,
yeah, because Hulk is
We got 40 other characters, but we don't have those.
Yeah.
Well, that's one of the things that they kind of keep from the comics. He's not in the Civil War.
Nope.
No,
they're like they gotta. Is it Reed or is it?
It's the Illuminati.
Yeah, the Illuminati are like
They
he
sent him off
can't.
the
He cannot be
Well,
present
they
for this.
put him off
Get him
world.
out of there.
Planet
Yeah,
Hulk.
Get him off
start a
world.
World War Hulk because they're like
Oh, yeah, they
he's
do.
gonna
They send him
cause
off. I thought you were talking Thor.
problems.
And also Captain Marvel, or at the time I think she's Ms. Marvel, is a version of Captain Marvel. She's kind of she's in a very prominent role in the comic as well. And she's not introduced in the MCU yet either.
Right.
So
Right.
my follow-up question, sorry, Paul, how would you rank it, like as far as
It's
your
like top
overall?
5 for me.
Top
I
five.
think I like Infinity War and the first Iron Man and Ragnarok, and even Winter Soldier. I think I like those a little more than this.
Yeah.
But
It's
I do
right
love
there.
this movie. Yeah.
It's right there. What about you?
Top 3. I mean, you could probably flip-flop this with, like you said, Winter Soldier, maybe the first Avengers. I don't know. I like Guardians a lot.
I-
Guardians is up
really?
there.
It's
Guardians
in
is
top
up
three?
there.
Guardians
Guardians
is
is
up
up there. It's
It's
probably in my
fun.
top 5.
I
don't know if
think
it's top
for
3.
me, where Winter Soldier jumps this is the all the other Winter Soldiers plot,
Okay.
and then that plot just kind of gets thrown out the window.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
that brings this movie just a
Yeah.
little bit lower than
Where do you
Winter
have
Soldier
it,
for me.
Quan? Where do you have a Civil War, like in your overall? Okay.
You don't like it?
You don't like it?
You like Eternals more?
Obviously.
Oh, it's top 5.
Okay.
It's top 5
I
easy.
don't like it.
Austin, what do you got? A Civil War? Where do you have it? Okay.
Top 3.
Top 3?
Top 3. Wow.
Fair
Well,
enough.
I mean, it's right across the board. Okay,
Yeah.
now my follow-up question, then we're going to get out of here on this. Could we get another Civil War type film?
Hopefully.
If you read Civil War 2, it was like 5, 6, 7 years ago?
Yeah, that's
Whatever.
crazy.
It sounds longer than that.
Bendis, yeah.
There's sort of a shift. In the first Civil War comic, Captain Marvel and Tony are on the same side. She falls in love with Rhodey over the course of the time between the first 2 Civil Wars.
Really?
And she comes to his defense. She is against Tony in the second Civil War.
He overshot that one for sure. That's just way out of
Do you think that we could get another Civil War film?
I do if we get Fantastic Four and X-Men and to where
You need those other characters to be incorporated.
Yeah, because what She-Hulk is picking sides against Moon Knight, like what you know what I mean?
Will she be twerking, Shane?
I hope
God, I hope
not,
it.
bro.
God willing.
God, dude.
Hey.
No, but seriously though, if they were to switch it up and actually bring in like a Wolverine and make it like matter more, I'm doubling back. Like, what does all this stuff matter? Like, why kill everybody off and you could just bring them back? You know what I mean? I'm like, not like, give me some steaks, man. Like at this point,
Like an actual steak?
like medium rare.
Okay.
Like,
Comic-
you know,
don't-
like.
Comic books do this all the time, though.
This
Like,
is true.
comics
This is
bring
very much
back
so true.
everybody
But
at
I
some
think
point.
we've gone 10 years into like investing ourselves into these stories and these characters, and for us to go sit into watching these movies and exit like mild salsa. You know what I mean? I'm
Mild salsa once again.
I'm not. I don't know, dude. I don't know, man.
Something a theme.
I think they're losing the shine, man.
Something that we did get out of Civil War II, or like around that time, Sonny's favorite character, Riri Williams, was introduced.
Also,
So
Miles Morales was
around that time as well.
Childish
as well.
Gambino, man.
And Childish Gambino was introduced
he
in the
wasn't interested
MCU
in-
around there. No, I don't know.
I think Prowler and him doing
like-
something.
I was like,
I was
right.
love.
Uncle Aaron.
Yeah.
Uncle Aaron. That's right.
I was like, wait, what?
Childish Gambino.
I was like,
It's
what?
Uncle Aaron, man. He's
Oh, okay.
Prowler, bro.
Oh, okay.
Guys, we're kind of like in the sweet spot for the MCU. They're going to go on a run now as far as the films. The next installment of the Run It Back, we'll be talking about Black Panther.
All right.
Great.
Nice.
We say that it made a huge impact on a bunch of different levels.
Oh my God,
I'm
dude.
excited to talk about it.
That'll be a good one.
I'm looking forward to watching like this run of movies that we have coming up. It's like it's like a good stretch of movies that you really enjoy rewatching.
Yep.
Yes.
Some of the stuff from the first.
Started with this last one, man. Like I'm just like when I
excited.
rewatched it, I was like, this is an amazing movie. Again, after what we're getting,
Right.
just doesn't seem like it adds up.
I agree.
Guys, thank you for taking the time to check us out. If you haven't done so already, we would advise you to go ahead and subscribe. Make sure you hit that notification bell as well, so you can be told when we drop new videos. We're doing it 3 or 4 times a week now. Paul, how can
We're
they get
doing
a
it all
hold of
the
us
time.
on the social worlds?
Y'all can get at us on the social worlds at Instagram, Intothewestcomics, TikTok, Intothewestcomics,
Yeah.
Twitter, _comics,
Mm-hmm.
and Feed Finder
We're not.
at Into the Toes.
Oh my God.
Shane, I'm excited to watch Black Panther. Maybe this weekend when we get together,
Why-
we'll
why are you
watch
talking
Black
about China
Panther.
about Black
Maybe
Panther?
we
Why
at
can't
least
you do-
we probably should.
Why can't we leave
Yeah,
it
let's
that
do
with
it.
you,
Okay.
you know?
I'm ready.
I'm down with that.
Brother. Marcus. I was just going to say brother.
Are you coming over to the house? Are you coming over to my house?
No, we're going to do it online. No, we're going to watch it.
saying,
I'm gonna go
virtual meeting?
on the
We're
couch.
gonna Zoom a meeting together.
I want to meet the cat.
Oh, yeah. You'll meet Jade, our new cat.
Yeah, I want to meet the kitty.
She'll scratch your eyes out. This cat's
Oh, I
insane.
can't wait.
He's gonna
Marcus.
go to Shane's house and meet
What-
his kitty.
just petering out, man.
right.
Blowing the top.
Petering out.
Blowing our top and petering out.
Petering
My
out.
word.
Wow.
Peter.
He got large.
Wow. As Owen Wilson would say. Oh, so anyway, yeah. Hey,
Wow.
exactly. Read comics if you're tired of comics. They're great to read in between.
Read the Civil War comic.
your different
Go back and read
film
Civil War.
presentations.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, by all means, read some. If not, if you're burnt out with it, manga is also another one. I'm really on that train right now. I mean, Spy Hunter,
Oh, yeah.
Demon Slayer.
But we're not on Sunny's train.
What-
Just-
what-
just-
One Punch Man.
One Punch Man. Yeah, they're great.
Shout out to Simon, my son. He loves One Punch Man.
Shout out
Sonny,
Simon.
take
Nice.
care.
I do too.
Brush your hair.
We'll talk to you guys soon. Have a great evening.
Brush your hair and it stays on, Shane.